A great game in store here in Inglewood, California, SoFi Stadium, and what has become a really fun bowl extravaganza, the Bucked Up LA Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Boise State Broncos, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Boise State's offense will go to work first. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy, and he's not the most talented quarterback in the country, but when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going, so it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. To the air, it's Madsen. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Now on first down from the 30. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
He'll keep it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Right down the middle. Makes a connection. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking for a man. It's Madsen. Pressure coming. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes. And
the Broncos will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So the Washington Huskies offense will try to get something going with their first possession. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David, because this receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're going to have to play a great game. And this challenge is big because he's a superstar. So let's make sure we don't give up the big plays, maybe play a little bit deeper than normal, sometimes get a little bit physical. This secondary has a tremendous challenge on their hands.
Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? Williams looking for a man. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Use the play fake, now to throw. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time, that's what forced the incomplete.
They're dealing with a second and long. Pulls it in, it's Boston. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
In college football, you see this a ton now, and you use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
Let's see what they do on third down. They just keep firing. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
So now it's second and long. They'll try the run. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to throw, it's Madsen. A strike downfield. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll let it go to the left. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
On third and long, try to convert through the air.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
The Broncos will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Williams will pass. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Backed up now, here's second and long. They'll move the tight end. Leaves it with the back. There he goes! Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Coming out on first down with the play fake. They're working that left side. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Turns it loose deep. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
It's a scoreless game, but it feels like after that completion, that may finally break. It's been tough sledding for both of these offenses. That time, they had the matchup they wanted. They took the shot. Really nice throw. Maybe that's the play that generates the first points of this game.
Washington has a lot of things working. Set up with another first down. Running back searching for a hole. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. Second and 7.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll run play action. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a third and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Williams looking for a man. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going, down 3-0. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Quick strike complete. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Broncos come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
Man, I like the call. 3rd and inches, I feel like I can get a few inches. I just need to fall forward, but this defense more than ready for the quarterback sneak.
Now, I think as a play caller, that just makes you second-guess everything. You'd love to think you can just dial up QB sneak to pick up that first down. Now, you're probably going to have to hand it off to the big fella behind you to keep this drive going.
Punt is on its way. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Pass to Sticks and still on his feet. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do.
Yeah, just guys that you can depend on, guys you can hand it to and know you're going to get really, really good production. Then what does that do? It opens up the whole offense, gets everybody jacked up in the Pacific Northwest.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Huskies line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Motion from the back. Williams will pass. Bringing the heat. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
You have got to have pass rushing lane integrity when you face this quarterback. On 3rd down, someone gets out of his gap right up the middle. It's easy for the quarterback to see. He just tucks it and takes off and picks up the first down.
On the run, it's Coleman. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him! Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And how How about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Right on the money. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Simple call, excellent execution moves the sticks on 3rd down.
These QBs and receivers, man, they run this route in practice thousands of times. So it's nice to see them come out here and execute it in game conditions. Great job with the timing. Great job with the depth and the route. Nice work between those two.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. It's complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Hey, man, if you're going to make plays like that on slant throws, you got to be able to make catches in traffic. Good, strong hands by the wide out there on the slant.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. On 1st and goal, let's see what Washington does. And down he goes back at the 3. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Williams looking for a man. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Fit it in the window for the score.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. An impressive 66-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He's got it. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice job by the quarterback there throwing the hitch route against zone coverage. You can't stare at him. If you do that, then you allow the flat defender to get underneath it, and that might be a pick 6. So really good job by the quarterback there, using his eyes to manipulate the defense.
Looking to throw, it's Madsen. Got his man on the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Reese, we figured we might get an LA Bowl that would have social media buzzing, and through 2 quarters of football, indeed, that is the case. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the finish of the LA Bowl.
The Broncos will line up to kick off and start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Slithers into space. He rumbles out to the 39-yard line before he's steered out of bounds.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Looking to the big tight end. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Williams will pass. This time it's complete. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds a yard short at the 49.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
On the run, fires downfield. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Looking to throw again. Under fire. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And look, I know this offense made some adjustments at halftime, and they couldn't wait to get back out on the field and try to generate a score. But their defense is playing lights out. So to me right now, this is a no-brainer. After the incompletion on third, just punt it away and let your defense eat.
Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. Boise State ready to send out that offense. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Back to throw, it's Madsen. He's got his man across the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made the tackle for loss.
And the Broncos now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's Riley. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The Broncos come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He'll throw on 3rd down. Gets it out quickly. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27.
You know, you're down, but if you're going to give the receiver access like that, the quarterback's going to take it. That was just way too easy.
And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Riley. Oh, he's got some space. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Working that left side now. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown Broncos! A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That lead has dwindled down to 3 now to see if they have a response. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Williams looking for a man. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Washington sends out the punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. They'll leave it with him. And some room to work. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
The Broncos have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Turning it on! Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
And the Broncos are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw, it's Madsen. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. Unleashes one, and he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. This time he's got his man. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
And listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds the tight end. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Rushes on him. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
And the Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Makes the catch. It's Moore. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Smashes it between the uprights. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the 4th. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Handoff to the single running back. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Tight end now in motion. Off the play fake. Finds his man down the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Here on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Madsen. Fires to the right. It's caught. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Give to the running back. Breaks into the open. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Broncos look to keep this drive humming. Off the play fake on 1st down. Oh no, the ball popped out. This could change things. Bounced right back to them.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls in the football.
And the Broncos have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Here's a heat. He'll try to do it himself. Still running at the 40. He'll work his way down to the 28. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. The Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Madsen. Fires complete on the crosser. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
And that right there might be the play that they look back on if they end up winning this game as the key play in the game. In a 2-minute situation trailing, you're just trying to get a completion to get the momentum going, but they come up with a huge explosive play, and that might be the one that wins the game.
A 1st down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Broncos!
And such a great job by the offense, able to execute there and score a touchdown late in this game. You know, you try to simulate that in practice, but you just can't do it. Guys are going to have to step up when it matters the most under the bright lights, and they did it there. 1 point away from taking the lead.
Just an extra point away from taking the lead late. And it's good, and now the defense will try to hang on to this lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Off play action on 1st down. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And now this is the time in the game where the clock's fighting against you, and you can only take so many shots like that and get no gain. We got to get out of bounds, or we got to waste timeouts, so we got to be smart offensively in what we do here.
Williams will pass. With the catch, it's Boston. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. The Huskies are facing 3rd and inches. They'll send the tight end in motion. Quarterback on the keeper. There he goes! He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Coleman. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The offense comes out needing a score here, down 1 possession. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Moore. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, the quarterback had the matchup he wanted on that one, trying to take a shot into the end zone to score a touchdown. Nice play by the defense, but You now have the chance offensively here to kick the field goal, take the lead in the fourth.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Splits the uprights. Good. Big celebration, and understandably so, guys, but there is still time on the clock.
You got to give this guy so much credit, man. It is so hard in practice to simulate the pressure that he just faced. Late in the game, seconds left on the clock, you have an opportunity to kick a field goal to put your team up late in the game, and he absolutely drilled it. What a moment for that young man.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. To the air, it's Madsen. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Second down, he'll throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Riley. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's going to run it. Open space at the 25. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting in the fourth quarter, one-possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Well, you look at the clock, they've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college football.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it.